What's up, world? It's me, Alvin. The only Alvin. I'm just joking. I'm a little excited right now. Not because today has been such an epic day and I did more things that I thought I was going to be capable of doing. But it's been an exciting day because I had some really nasty bad stuff happen today. And I'm actually really proud and excited about the way my students were able to resolve their own conflicts without getting punished. Just punished. Like, I'm not saying that I was going to punish them worse than like the school would, but I try to give them a different delivery. I try to apply some of the things I've been learning in class and use it to see if it works, right? And ironically, it's gold. It really works well. So, scenario one. Fix my hat while I'm going up the ramp. Don't judge me. So, scenario one. I go to check the boys' restroom today. You would not believe that as I check the one and only stall that you can sit down on, there is a log sitting on the floor so big that it honestly looked like it was painful. And I'm not trying to say, oh, TMI, that's too much information. I mean, literally, it didn't look pleasurable. It looked painful, and it looked like it was an accident for it to end up on the floor. I mean, because I would hate to think someone caught that out and just dropped it next to them while they were sitting on the toilet. But at the same time, I really can't put two and two together to figure out why this is happening. I just know it's not the first time in the school year, but it will be the last time that I have to clean it up. So it was right before food service. I decided to put all the girls on the line to go ahead and start to get their food. And I required the boys to line up with me, and I took them down the hallway to find, not necessarily to find Miss Miller, even though I found her. I went to find a secluded area that they could sit down and I could talk to them without yelling and screaming and without them getting distracted by each other, you know, sitting on the floor. So as we were making our way to the library, I ended up seeing Miss Miller. I tell her what happened in front of the kids, and then she gives one of the most epic speeches that I've heard in a long time. And then allowed me to piggyback on it and throw in my 2 cents, and then she jumped back in, and I jumped in, and we delivered some solid information to these boys about how important it is, you know, to understand that when you leave your house, that you're a direct reflection of your families. Because, you know, no one sees your mom and dad in the classroom unless you're the teacher and you've already met the mom and dad. So you're kind of like envisioning them in the classroom. But realistically, no parents are sitting in the class. It's all of their children. So if their children are doing something they're not supposed to do, as educators, we can't say, oh, that's a bad child. You can't call, you know, a child a bad child when a child's not raising themselves. They're not wild animals. They're not lions and hyenas and stuff where they have to learn from the environment and the experiences of just going through day to day. They actually have parents, guardians, people who are supposed to, you know, be, caregivers, provide support, good and, you know, for the good and bad decisions made. Sorry, I kind of stumbled right there because it's like, it's common sense. You can't say a child's bad when a child's not raising himself. So she reiterated that and clarified it for the boys to the point where we were able to get up and we could walk back to the cafeteria. Now this is where it gets crazy, and this is why I decided to write. So, or not write, but rant. I told them a suggestion or a bit of advice would be someone or whoever that did it and knows they did it to basically just go in the bathroom and clean it up. And that way we can, you know, eliminate that bad mistake and then know that going forward we can just fess up and own up to the good bad decisions we make. Well, I don't know who decided to fess up and tell a different staff member who made that accident, or even if they told their friends, but at the end of the day, the turd was gone. And the person that ended up removing it, I know didn't do it, but it's somebody that deserves recognition. So Moises, I know you'll probably see this, and I know you'll comment. You don't have to say who you are and where you're from, because I know it, and I'm the one posting it. But Moises is a young man who deserves a lot of recognition for all the hard work that he puts in every day. I appreciate him helping me out with as many things as he does every day. And even though he's in 5th grade and he's, you know, trying to find himself and wants to have his fun and dance and shoot and do all that stuff like everybody else, you make sure to take care of me as well. So I appreciate you looking up to me like a father, because I definitely look down to you like a son. Keep giving me the opportunity to ramble and rant on YouTube about how awesome some of you kids are, because more adults need to hear about this stuff. Adults like me, for example, listen to motivational speakers all the time. Well, maybe some of you parents need to listen to me ranting about how great the kids are doing, so that way you don't forget that your kids are paying attention to the good and bad decisions you're making, the times you turn up or turn down. They are watching, they're aware, they're literally trying to imitate the things that they like about it. So make sure you're giving your kids something great to see, because if you're choosing not to, they can watch me. I don't mind it, and I'll make sure to give them my very best, so that way they can try their best to do their best. Armstrong over and out. Wavy.